Greetings, brothers, and welcome to another video. And today, we are going to talk about the upcoming threat, or what I predict the upcoming threat, which that will be the right-wing social justice warriors, or you can stretch it as right-wing wokies. The reason I would like to mention this is because of the term called the pendulum swinging that some people have mentioned, or some people wanted to call it. Some may argue it's good because, it gets rid of the wokies and it will just clean a better path. Or some say, it's good because someone will take its path a little bit much better. Or, we might have finally the ideological freedom from these radicals and all that. Now, don't get me wrong, I want these wokies to stay away from creative works like video games and other IPs where they have zero involvement with it. But I will say, I don't want any ideology influence to any video game or IP at all. With the pendulum swinging to the other side, we may have the exact problem, like how we did with the wokies, but it's on the other side and it's just nothing has changed. This is the part I will say that the wokies will slowly fade away, but with another extreme taking its place and doing the exact same thing. You see, what I noticed after doing some Helldivers 2 content, that people come in and go into the comments and start to do some echo chamber comments, and they say, Helldivers 2 is woke, and yet they can't provide evidence or, make it a good elaboration as to why. So it's pretty much, trust me bro, it's woke, and they just ash baby into oblivion when you ask questions about it. With that similar act, do you know who does that type of behavior? Yes, the wokies, or social justice warriors to be more accurate. They will say dumb shit of political stuff like gay, trans, same-sex marriage, and more of course. But when you question them, like what is a woman, they tend not to answer because their attention there is about they want to lecture you. Do as I say, not as I do. They are mini dictators or dictators where their whole life is a complete loser. And now they want to play along to get along with opinions they agree with, and they want to go and lecture others to make themselves feel like they're a winner. Now, this is the exact behavior on the right side. Oh, Helldivers too woke? Okay, why? Because it is, and you're coping. You're just a slim centrist. Or, there's too many black people, a mixed race couple, that is their only argument they have with nothing else to make their argument more valid. Now, I can move on to the next point, which is explaining about echo chambers and tribalism. And both of them do the exact same thing, but they just have a little bit of a different function, I would say. And most of the time, I think both of them can work together, more or less. So, an echo chamber is more like you're locked in a space where all opinions and beliefs are never challenged and they're being recycled over and over again. And they have pretty much this circle jerk that everyone agrees with everyone, and it's all about to play along to get along. And if someone says their own opinion, time to get the pitchforks and time to kick them out. That is what an echo chamber is. For tribalism, it's similar, but instead you have the us versus them mentality, the right versus left. It's about showing a little bit of empathy on the other side because they disagree with you or you just don't like their opinion or where they're standing in general, and it's just no, I don't care, you're against me, fuck you. So tribalism is we have a big club and thus we must eliminate the other tribe that likes small clubs, and we don't like them and we will destroy them at all cost. That's it. So either you want to take echo chamber and tribalism, they have similar qualities or they're a better together kind of moment. The one reason I can think why this is such a thing is because what happened during Gamergate 1. And maybe before that, but this is the one things I can recall well. And because of the social justice warriors, because that became more and more of a thing, and then you just see lots of things going on around, thus the resistance became a thing as well, which at that point, it became us versus them mentality. And I think this was around 2016 that idea came along. Now, of course, there are some other factors, but this is what I think is the main one that caused much things to happen. And because of that issue, it requires less thinking because if someone disagrees with you or simply having a different opinion, thus, they're already my enemy, so critical thinking is out of the roof. And in that type of thinking, it is quite dangerous, especially when you talk about certain games and media that generally want to make the best product, want to make the best product, and if either side says one thing or another, they will try to devalue such things because one said it's racist and the other said it's woke. That's why I brought up the topic about grifters, because the one thing I didn't mention until now is the fans' tribalism. Maybe I probably mentioned it vaguely, but I didn't pinpoint specifically so people can, fucking look at it. It's fans' tribalism, or the YouTubers in general condone such things or just straight up lies to push their ideas across. This is why in the current year of 2025, the word woke itself has pretty much no meaning. It's just a buzzword that people just keep hearing it and then they just roll their eyes. Oh, let me guess, that was a black person, eh? Wow, what a shocker. Yeah, that's why you think it's woke? Oh, wow, it's just a woman in there now? What's the big deal? Haha. Yeah, it's woke, sure. Okay, buddy. You know? And people have that reaction when they hear the word woke because most people, when they argue about shit, they're just like, oh, it's a woman, or it's a mixed race, or it's a black couple. And they never elaborate much more in their argument, so thus, they fell off. Just like the social justice warriors that spanned like racist, bigot, misogynist, pretty much they just devalued the word and the meaning entirely, and then all you hear is just spamming. Holy shit, that Gamergate one was something. Yeah, remember the feminists? They're talking about like mansplaining, and then for some reason they were gonna go into like games like CSGO to police people of what they're saying and shit. Like, it is so dumb. So yeah, it's like this. You have the one side that's saying that's woke, they're black, they're mixed race couple, you're not based, lip centrist and all that. And honestly, I think overall when people just spam words and devalue such things, like it is quite, I would say, disrespectful for those who were actually fighting against the woke ideology for the goal to take out politics out of games and other IPs that make the media free from ideologies, and you know, people can actually enjoy something like a proper story, or making the story, or, you know, good IP, or a fun game in general. But instead, someone took the word, and then when he uses something inconvenient, or what he doesn't like, because there's, you know, no such thing as critical thinking at this point, he will emotionally react, say it's woke, and any opposition comes in, he will just say, cope. You know, that is your anti-woke audience as of today. And that's why some people don't really take it seriously. So even with the pendulum swinging, I wouldn't say it will get worse or it will get better, but it will become more stagnant, as you have the one extreme and then to another extreme where nothing much changes other than just a little bit of a different flavor. You know, in the second millennium, there's only extreme ideologies. Now, for me personally, it's more out of concern than anything else. Because imagine seeing people fighting the one extreme after so many years, and now you find out there's another side of, you know, the exact same extreme that is coming around the corner, and they're doing the exact same damage, and it almost feels like nothing is getting done because the one side or the other side wants to eliminate each other with any means necessary. This is what happens when you think of, I will win at all costs, and I will do whatever the fuck I want just to get rid of the enemy, and then to the point you just become what you hated the most. That is fucking silly. Like, for me, look, personally, I don't care about the insults. It doesn't really affect me, really. Like, usually I just look at it and I'm just like, do you have an argument? Seems like you don't have an argument, and that is not, and tends to be not that many. And let me be clear of this, since people didn't listen or choose not to listen at all. I am a follower of Christ. Now, what does that have to do with you, with your religion and these fucking ideologies? Yeah, hold up, let me fucking cook, you little impatient bitch. His Subway Surfers on your fucking screen, dumbass. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm a non-denominated Christian that follows Jesus himself, then following any government, any religion order, right or left, Democrat or Republican, or, in Australia's case, Labour and Liberal. Because all this shit means nothing when you follow directly yourself to Jesus. Because God's moral laws are above anyone else. Then your government, then your political ideology, above any tradition, any fucking culture, anything. And that's where I stand. So to see people making presumptions of where I stand, like, oh yeah, he's Catholic or whatever, or other dumb shit, is silly. But I think I will just make a wrap up and conclusion in the end. I think we're going to see a new wave coming in of extremes, because at some point when the wokies leave, there's going to be a power vacuum to a certain extent, I would say, and then there's going to be another side hipped in, which is the right-wing SJWs, and they're like, yep, our time to shine, and they will do the exact same thing. Yeah, so much of getting rid of the opposition, meanwhile the other side of the extreme will do the exact same thing, and nothing has changed. Maybe a little bit of a different flavor, but it hasn't changed. And this is where I'll end this video. You can check me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, and YouTube memberships. You can check me on Discord or YouTube's community page if you want to check in any updates. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, my brothers, and take care.